Walk us through the day and how the run was out there.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty solid day. I mean, we made a lot of gains. Myself, Jason Miller, Bobby Dotter. We kind of had a meeting, after what happened last week, with blowing the right front. We had to run our Phoenix car, and we came here with a completely different setup, new paint scheme, which is cool. The Panini NFT color blast, which super. I mean, that you could definitely see that thing on the racetrack, which they did a heck of a job. But like I was telling you before, we went on air. Is like, we were really good. The lap times were great on the long run. Struggled a little bit on the short run, but if we wouldn't have got trapped a lap down and without tires at the end, I think we could have given them a run for their money. So, but I'm just really happy completely with myself, my guys, like compared to what we had a week ago to now. I feel like I got the mojo back, and Jason's, I think we hit on something, so I look forward to next week.
Yeah, and getting that car converted from, obviously getting set up for Phoenix, getting set up for Las Vegas. How'd that go?
Oh, well, what's funny is the guys set the car up right here in the garage area. So, they did a heck of a job, scaling it out, putting it, like I said, we showed up with a completely different setup, and Jason, I really think did a hell of a job just giving me a good piece. Like, we fought tight last week, and then now today, I mean, I told him, I said, we show up with all the right things with the tires and the engines and that type of thing. I think we can give them a run for their money, but mainly, every week's a building process. That's what's important. The goals slowly will get higher and better, and I'm really glad. The finish didn't show it, but I'm really glad by our performance today.
Yeah, you guys are good to go for Phoenix and car setup and everything?
Oh yeah, no, there's not a scratch on it. Yeah, I'm really glad about that, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I could have thrown it in there 3-4 wide a couple times like I wanted to or I'm used to, but at the end of the day, when you got to race this car in 7 days, and these guys have already been working their guts out, that's the last thing I wanted to do when I didn't need to make it. So, all in all, great job by my guys. I'm happy with, like I said, I haven't been doing this years. Like I told Jason up in the hauler, I was like, man, I think I kind of got my mojo back. Like, you know what I mean? Like with the rule changes this year, like you don't really know what to expect. There's no practice time, and things are completely different than 2019. So for me, it felt good to run the lap times that I ran and race with the guys all day. I mean, I had a blast racing with Clements, Josh Williams. I mean, just to name a couple. I mean, we've been racing a long time, but I mean, we were just slicing and dicing like the whole race, and it was a good time. So, a lot to be proud of for sure.
So I take it you're a fan of this car?
I think I am. It might take a little bit more to get used to, but with me being away for 2.5 years, being full time, now that I'm in the car on a weekly basis, I think if you asked me that same question on race 10, I'd probably be like, man, I love this. This is a ball. But back in 2019, you had a lot of side force and you had a lot of skew in the back. So when you would go into the corner and you throw it off in there at 190 miles an hour, it was actually felt easy, to never lift. Like qualifying here yesterday, I mean, I thought I was going to back it right in the wall because I was so loose. But that's just how you gotta run these cars to keep them wound up, because if you're tight, you're gonna go backwards. So I think that's the thing for me that I've learned is you have to drive these things on the edge, which I enjoy. So I think going forward, that'll really work out in my favor.
Man, that paint scheme was popular on social media. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was awesome. I got to give Panini one thing. They go outside of the box on everything. Like, I love it, having a sponsor that really just, wants to switch up the game and obviously support me. I mean, the support level that I receive from Panini, and even the fans that collect all the Panini cards, it's a great feeling showing up and having people, know the brand, and obviously having the new paint scheme, having the fans really enjoy it too. So, I was looking on Twitter earlier, and I was like, man, some people that, you might never see, you don't know where they live, and they're like, man, that car is pretty sweet. You need to get a die cast made of. And I'm just like, that's pretty sweet. So, but I'm a big fan, and I know they got some cool ideas down the road too.
Cool.
Yep.